I'm sorry, but Sark is behaving like a typical, I don't want to say fisherman who stays in a compound house. Mini wada. Nenso minjin tom because mati. And yes, I mean no. My hint say when wada. Then my yama will straw. Now won't be any name. Now one first straw no shame. Now one tree. What is juice in tree? How do we say it? Somebody help me.
Sani ma we nyina yesa kotumi gitu me say na me hon so me hon jira me ka say yigu no but so we about America say how many dicks she suck, how many Saturday they off. I've lost it for Sark on that part. So Rebecca said she gave it to Kwame. She gave it to Kwame. You also use it. Whoa, you use her. What didn't it die here? Now if you say that money or bad, a man I'm feeling say you've taken something from them. Today always know you look like you've victimized them when it comes to sexual intercourse between a man and a woman. And you know, Yvonne is still with the pain. Say Sark has used her. And I will describe it, baby, abortion, you know, the way dilapidated the place is and how they put something through her. I say some torture. She is still being faced with that, you know, past. And you know, we are better say mature. Or by us the way. Me na kasabu kwepi ya. Kame frel. Oh, sa we dia, we say twem. Me de be serious. Enye bufuo so kra. Saka fan wake up. I say we enya asem bia. Say when me know yada ena me show me story na wo part na unhia na me dia akoshim we nya sem we full 16 bars almost 30 something bars of song with hooks for Yvonne and needless. Number 2, my question to Yvonne is the person beside Yvonne say Sark the only man or him dana the person beside that question throughout her life. Sark Sark is the only man or woman abortion, and I want to know that thing. That question I want Yvonne to answer. Is Sark the first man to impregnate her to abort it? Say yes, dear, then I will stand by her. If no, then she didn't have any right to put Sark in the book.
I say, and can be for how be on called better book.
And yeah, possible say maybe I'm not saying because I'm not in her shoes, but it's a question I'm asking. Because Obadiah, who to me can say throughout your life, no. I'm not saying, I mean, it's an assumption. It's a question I'm asking at the same time. Is Sark the only man who made her to commit an abortion? Okay, say yes, dear, then she has every right to recall that experience. And yes, Nanka, she shouldn't put Sark in there. Oba, twin Bema wo. Na, when you say Bema we, Nibani, when you're banning your problem, because Oba no fi say mbano ye ni dia more than Bema. I didn't think Mba mo fi say nkwana na mo dia che. Why do you think the kids belong to you more than us? It is the man's seed that does what? And no, Bema ni seed no do go Oba no, and then they develop eba. But women always feel say they are always the ones at the wall, being pushed at the wall. So we men, I say we don't have feelings. Sark, number 1, the song is needless. It is totally needless. If you wanted to cash out like Yvonne, then fine, but it was needless. The attack, the anger, the explanation. Say you had a thing, how many? 2, Yvonne, I can understand you, but my question still stands. Is Sark the only guy, the first guy, or the only guy in your life who made you commit an abortion? I need answers to this question.
Nah.
Of course, he has to respond. I mean, and yes, Sark is saying responded. Yvonne's mother has a few questions to answer. She has to respond. If it is true that the former president told Yvonne Nelson that Ukra Semisha was Speaker Lajete, he also needs to explain which part of her Suban looks like a Lajete. He has a lot of people need to respond. My good friend Sukrisafo needs to tell us about the dinner.
Very important.
And whatever happened. And if Pusha 2 brings his book and writes somebody's name, the person too has to come and respond. Exactly. He has to come and respond. But on a more serious note, as some way, say one can is here. then you know they start.
Who are they?
You're the women.
Oh.
You are a sexist, misogynist, chauvinist, anti-feminist, anti-women. I don't know how you want us to discuss the matter. Should we go the emotional one? Should we go the customary and tradition one? Or should we just go with the facts?
You have the floor. No,
because say see a call with the customary and tradition one. When I hear people say, "Oh, ya mamremono or Bermani or bank asasa." If we are going that, then Yvonne is as guilty as Sark in this book. Ya mamremono or ba akwadane mami kasasa. We can't choose and pick. If we are saying, oh, and you say NDD or bad terms, sir, what about the pro-Yvonne proponents who are attacking Tracy front, back, left, and right? I know is Yvonne more of a girl, a feminine than Tracy or than her own mother? So I'm like, why do we choose and pick which standards we use? But I agree. says Sark can respond. But response or the buyer, no. He didn't answer anything. He didn't address the crinkum crankum of what exactly Yvonne was talking about. What did Sark say in the song? I wanted to take some things to my grave, but you pushed me down this lane. The only thing Sark admitted in the song was that yes, Mene would die. Mene, all the days was your reign.
You didn't know.
Oh, what higher crime? But you see, if you read the book well, Yvonne's problem in this book is not that Sark knew me. Or see a yono, ana a yono, no. Or see the West main problem, then they say. SARKODIE'S abandoned her in her most critical moments. I have a suspicion, says Sark on kind book. No, he was listening to the media because the tail end of the song says that your marketing strategy is good. I have now bought the book and I'll read it. But me did say what kind book we chapter 8 from pages 90 to about 96 or no man. And Kabam said he wasn't answering the questions. If you listen to SARKODIE'S song, what did he say? See, oh, dear Hannah say, you are making it seem as if I am the one who pushed for the abortion. Yvonne can't say. She didn't say so. If you go to page 90, Yvonne made it categorically clear that she herself, psychologically and emotionally, she wasn't ready to give birth by then. But let's go to page 91.
Yes.
Check the second paragraph there.
Read it.
The last line. Whatever it is, it was, his stance was clear, and I was left to evaluate my own options. Go to the next paragraph. And also next line. Last sentence. If there was a way to spare someone else the trauma I was contending with, why would I reject that option? Especially when I was not psychologically and emotionally prepared to be a mother.
There's a question mark there.
Look, well, she had explained what she means. That look, if it is a situation, unless you want to read the whole paragraph,
okay.
You get, if you read the whole, you get what she meant. That's like says sana semnutia. Miangasa papa yosi akwadano na ompenu ana. Say sadia me Yvonne Nelson. Psychologically, I'm not prepared. So we read it as a stroke. It's not dainty on your prepared. Also, look, I was 25, but I was naive. Blah, blah. Yes, I won't say I was too young to know how to protect myself, but I was naive. I was still a tomboy. Oh, still one way. I was still a tomboy, and I was on one at that point, or a tom girl, now transiting into womanhood. On Shedda, in name these issues about ovulation and cycle and whatnot, and that the only sex education she had from her mother was when the mother called her one day, put her down, opened her 2 legs like a Bible to check if her hymen was intact. And I can't try to say, "Well, son, I'm not building them to say a Bible." My own say, "I didn't know boho obi ante no." Mesa chill, I build na mu biom. Say etia me de manyam kakadro ene meko na me de atoa. That is it. Now, if you read what she said well, after Sark said this, they said that she herself realized that the best option was to remove it. So if Sark comes and say that, oh, dear she me na say, we are doing to say me na me see won koyi na me see men ye na was school. It doesn't really, address her main concern. I thought Sark's song would tell us. So either when I said go and remove, or when you said you will remove, it's our baby. Did I take you through the process? After driving you to the clinic, she said, what happened next? The girl said didn't even bother to call to say, oh, a cousin and cousin. That is it. The song also confuses me when Sark says, well, just a few weeks ago, the lady called him and saying that she's still feeling the pain of what happened in 2010. And no catch and my share was skybar and no balance so nepa order my share or midday. I mean, Yvonne, when you were replying his song, you didn't respond to this one. Rather bringing in your children and my daughter and your daughter. No. If you are really pained, you said you went through mental torture from Sarkodie neglecting the after abortion saga. Mental torture, 10 years later, you call the boy and say you want to meet him again. He says, let me in a public place, so you come to my bedroom and let's meet. I'm sorry, but Sark is behaving like a typical, I don't want to say fisherman who stays in a compound house. Mini wada. Nenso minjin tom because mati. And yes, I mean, no, my hint say, when wada. Then my yama was straw. Now won't be any name. Now first straw no shame. Now won't tree. What is juice in tree? How do we say it? But it's I don't know which argument to put it through, but it is just not proper for any man under any circumstance to start pinpointing a girl and say, "Mini wada pain." Then so wins where do. Beman kasasa. Yvonne did the same thing in the book anyway, by telling us that, oh, meaning say inyanya, or no senator to dike yes say ni say na a pattern sana inyanya say. She also called others anywhere, but I can excuse her, not because of your bad, but 2 wrongs doesn't make a right. So in summary, yes, oba no see when you know 1, 2 when you know when our person say uncle yi, but the SC no say. Mukozi ye no won fi no one friend no one show any care any concern say can and con we say she cry akwa you know first one no one go hospital now don't forbid you na drobi and it nearly cost her life and no back share when I when the manager driving no come and probably say time be also would do or hobon queen would do her na would no call. No problem. I mean, Bema Bena, Ubej now say Ubej an abortion because you will live. But after that, you crazy. We neglect na. Sark should respond to that one and stop saying wasting with their wins. And then the fine yasen. Would ye, my dear, would ye womb? The on ebi I wouldn't cry and lucky, but and crazy. Kwame densu womb. But the in lucky no. Inti once I wedding no, fanosa. Nigga say na waste with their wins. I also want you with no frame. And in response, then please read the book and respond to her exact problem. And the exact problem was the lack of care, lack of affection. She said yes, she herself removed it. But this issue of I said, let's go to my personal doctor. I went to my sister and very break and say, oh no, on a personal doctor. Miss G, when it comes to abortion, every brother get personal doctor, including yourself. Of course. Any street boy who impregnates a girl today has a personal doctor immediately. Push out oh. What are you talking about? We are not. I say when we say personal, you make it seem as if the Father Dixon type of personal doctor who will come and put stethoscope, Dabi.
Yes, man.
You over defending. Yvonne say your name hell walk out through any sanya mano o bisa questions say. But who defining the way you say bisa questions say? Does it mean say Yvonne said you see Sarkodie? Analysis of book now can you say 2 words I will say could it be that Sark was seduced or lured into the act? You know, I want to assume say I knew we address who consent nana who share.
Exactly in one way or the other, but I'm really shocked that this one is played on TV. Vulgarity, immaturity, childishness. Because this thing is going to come online.
I say online that
Daytime. Not commercial.
You
can get access to this. Whatever it is. Daytime, people would have access to this.
but just how they're not releasing it there no. I want YouTube no time stamp down one say time restriction down one.
Okay, so if you ask me that who you are trying to endorse the fact that you are giving it mileage. Maybe I'll no 5 television, but a huge fat program like this I give it more mileage. So just here. But I mean not to. I thought that you see clean version. I just said we need a dirty version. Maybe a clean version.
You tell me that address issues. People also say that.
We should all listen to the thing. Tell people that say well, I don't want to moralize it on anybody. Yeah.